Hello guys, this is Nikki, you also known as Faces Trader, and you're watching the Awesome 10X live show here on the Philippine Market Updates, August 28, 2020. It is indeed a Friday, and so let us discuss today's topic. Philippine markets are down below 5.9 today. It's down 37 points. Your index is 5,884. So, notwithstanding the drop of Philippine stock index, I'm happy to share that Pure Gold is now up 5%, now trading at 54 pesos, and TLDT is up 2.28% or 14.79. Those are very strong winners. Your RHI, which is 70 pesos, 1.89%. Indeed, we are seeing outperformance on a few names and underperformance as well on a lot of other names. Let's take a look on your stats here. So your stats will show to you that, yes, I'm using WealthSet Premier. For those who aren't aware, you can use online to buy stocks in the Philippines. And these are the stocks that we are discussing today. Market value is 8.26 billion pesos. Foreign net selling is 1.6 billion. You are seeing a lot of selling front on your SM, with SM 1.1 billion pesos actively traded on the downside. Pure Gold is actively bought today on the upside, 5% top gainer, PLDT top gainer, and the rest are just 2%, 1%. Your Aboitiz Equity Ventures is up 2%, TMC is up 2%, PPI is up 2%. On your losers front, you've got Mega World, Ayala Land falling down 3%. Your SM is down almost 2.6%. Metrobank is down 2.6%. Let us discuss what is happening in the Philippine market. Your index is down, your all shares are down, financials are down, industrials down, holdings down, properties down, mining is down, services is the only one industry that is up for the Philippine market for the day. Now, of course, in the services industry, we know what the components of services are. So why don't we go there? Analytics, hit up that analytics watch list services, SVC, and you could see that which are the great winners there. Okay, in the services, it's really the Robinsons Retail and Pure Gold that is moving that sector up. You could see that in your own, how do you see that? You could actually check it out. Well, your services are quite a slew of names. You've got the telephone, you've got the globe, you've got the services. Actually, the Philippine services is quite wrongly, from a sector perspective. The Philippines has to even fix the sectors. So your sectors inside the services composed of some supermarkets, some telecoms, some media, and then some casinos, di ba? Medyo magulo talaga yung Philippine services eh. Hindi siya talaga representative. But you could see naman the components inside. Now, when you look as well on the shares, market cap, take a look at the biggest market cap. So your services index would be inspired more by the movement of the top 10. That would be Telephone, Globe, ICT, Pure Gold, RHI, Bloomberry, Wilcon, a little bit on SEB, GMA7, PLC, MAC. Pero yan na yon, di ba? So the rest are very few, very small already. Really, it's gonna be dominated by your PLDT and your Globe. That would be about 500 billion together, 300 plus 270, about 600 billion pesos. Then your ICT is 200. Pure Gold is 155. Your Robinsons Retail is 109 billion pesos. Then the rest are below 100 billion pesos. Let's take a look, of course, in your top gainers for the day. So for the day, top gainers with volume. Wow, there is a volume in Holcim, but it is, I think this could be across, but let's take a look at that. Holcim is up 9%, 594. You've got Pure Gold up 54 pesos, 5% up. You've got a few winners with volume. Wala na, sila lang talaga. The rest is umangat, wala namang volume, so not important. Okay, where's losers? Okay, where's losers? The one big seller today is Merrimart, down 5%, 294. That's a big sell-off, 230 million pesos. Now you've got selling front as well for Mega World and CHP, also big selling, 90 million pesos. Mega World is 2.91, CHP is 146. True enough, we have been seeing the properties selling down big, Ayala Land, SM Prime, ngayon Mega World. So the property sector is really getting a lot of beating. So you've got your Ayala Land continuously falling. Now it's 28.8, down 3%. Also big volume there, 800 million pesos. Your SM is also a big sell-off today, 1 billion pesos, selling SM 850 pesos. True enough, the SM and Ayala sell-off is one of the reasons why your index is down below 5.9. So your Metro Bank is also being sold down, 2% down, 33.5. Your Jollibee is also sold down heavily, 200 million pesos, 135 pesos. So a lot of selling front you could see in the Philippine market. Let's take a look in your most active, pula yan. Mostly pula, SM Ali, BDO, SM Prime down big in terms of volume. And then, yeah, so let's take a look what we could do even if the market in the Philippines is hugely being sold down. So let's take a look in your charts. Okay, isa-isa lang. Financials, your BPI is up, pero your BDO is bleeding. So you are seeing a potential, there could be some names that will go up, some names will go down, and so you might need to buy and sell some names that go up, no? So despite BPI going up, there could be a few materially resistance, no? It could get some resistances somewhere near here at about 72 to 76. It's good to see that BPI is rising, but from a financials perspective, BPI is going up, trying to rise. BDO, though, is not going up. So this tells you a testament that the market is saying that BPI is much digital bank friendly than BDO. Is it true or is it not? Is the market right? Is the market wrong? But so far, the market is paying a premium to BPI versus BDO and Metro Bank. Or it could very well be that BDO has been expensive for quite a long time, and that expensive is not warranted, especially if you're a fundamentalist and you know the book value of BDO is still more expensive than the rest. So it could be that reason too. Now let's take a look at your some smaller banks. Has East West continued to stay strong? East West has continued to stay strong, no? From the small banks perspective, this company is not following the other financials. Kasi kung finollow ni East West yung financials, nasa 7 below yan. At the very least, it is up 20% here at 850. So that's good to see on what's happening with East West Bank. However, the other small banks haven't really risen. No? Only East West has risen. PNB is still below 20 pesos. Your other small banks like RCBC is still low, 16 pesos. Your China Bank is still low. So amongst the small banks, let's see, Union Bank, di rin, 54, no volume. So amongst the small banks, we are seeing only East West Bank doing the right movement in terms of stock price. Okay, so but I think really that the East West could be a little bit related to the FDC bond offering. Results of the meeting, PNB Board of Directors, we wish to advise amendment compliance committee charter. So not much really. Okay, let's take a look at our other names, no, that went up. Meralco seeks legal remedies of a 19 million peso fine. Okay, Manila Water related to the Razon thing. Clarification of news reports, share buyback transactions. Philinvest is also trying to borrow a bond. So Philinvest and East West are doing what they can, as well as FDC. So Katayanon family are trying to borrow money through bonds or equity share offering. So that could be one of the impetus for Philinvest and East West to be to defy the gravity on the financials and the property sector. As you could see, Philinvest Land has also stayed afloat above 80 cents here at 94. Hasn't rallied back to 1 peso though, but it is still at least very much staying strong versus, let's say, SM Prime or Ayala Land, which is falling down. SM Prime is falling down. Ayala Land is falling down. Mega World is falling down. House RLC also falling down. Bisalan is also falling down. What else? What are the other components? Okay, BMW also falling down, 6 pesos. Yeah, so mostly we are seeing a lot of Philippine properties falling down. Not really a time to invest in properties, as the Philippine stock market is still waiting for properties to recover. It could take a few years time. Let's take a look at what else. Pure Gold is the star spotlight of the day. RHI. So in terms of like the supermarkets, we are seeing that Pure Gold is the one that the market is paying a premium for. And we have been bullish on Pure Gold for quite a while, so this is good to see. PLDT, of course, we have been seeing a run up, 1,479. We did say that at 1,4 it might be time to trim, but we didn't say that it was a trim as in sell all, because you are just trimming on the way up. So 1,4, 1,5, 1,6. Let's see where else, where how high it can go, no? But any drops of PLDT at 1,2, 1,3, we will be a willing buyer. So true enough, the premium of PLDT versus Globe, the Globe premium versus PLDT has narrowed down. And we are seeing that Globe outperformance is slowly going down as well. The outperformance of Globe, though, we think will it's going to be stable. So any drops of Globe at about 2,000 below can be bought, and 2,2 to 2,3 will always be sold. So it's very tight band, but it's how utilities are always doing. Utilities are always tight bands. So Meralco, Manila Water, tight band yan. Should Meralco and Manila Water go up 15, 16, some people might take profit on them eventually. So so far, SM has been sold down big this time. But I think that SM, any drops near 800, you might wish to take that into consideration. Although restaurants and airlines continues to fall, you could see Jollibee falling down 135. We did say that at 145 to 150 that it was not out of the woods yet. Any drops though at about 130 below, near 120, we would foresee that any crash will be bought for Jollibee. Same thing, of course, for your other restaurants, even if they're not being bought. Take note that's what's happening. Pizza at about 550, 530. There are some buyers, but at least 650 and 7, you've got some sellers. Takeout delivery, of course, Shakey's Pizza. Yellow Cab, Maxis, it is not yet going up, but it is at least steady. You could see that at 450, it's now 480. You might see it hit 550 or $6. So you're just really waiting for time for people to appreciate the airlines and the restaurants, which are really reopening themes. Airlines in the Philippines continue to fall down. You could see Cebu Pacific today, 35.65. That is a stark contrast versus your USA Airlines, which are actually rallying. Your Delta Airlines went from about 25 to 32. You could see that was a move up 7 pesos or 20%. Notwithstanding, not just Delta Airlines, you are seeing everything, United Airlines, American Airlines, and reopening themes like Disneyland. So Disneyland has also risen. You could see 116 is now 134. So there is a huge reopening theme happening in the US actually. Department stores, depending on retail, there are some companies that actually surprise on the upside. Urban Outfitters went from 20 to 27, 35%. However, of course, sold down on the good news. You could see that happening. Some companies on the reopening theme. AMC is AMC Entertainment in USA. This is movies, movie theaters. Maling chart yan. Di ganyan yung chart niyan. $6 yan eh. $4 to $6 yun. Mali yan. Instagrams, change that. Mali yan. Anyway, you can see that actually a lot of reopening themes in US are going up. So in the Philippines, I'd say that the Philippine market, you've got a slew of losers today, but your PSEI would get support when your Ayala Land and your SM Prime and your SM would get supported. So your Philippine stock index at about 5.7. Let's see where the low can go, no? So depending on your SM, you are seeing a lot of selling front. You could see that this is a continuous sell-off in your Philippine market. Every single day is a red day for the Philippine stock market in terms of foreign selling. So definitely the Philippine market is not getting any love, and it is just continuous selling. 5.4 is your support here. This one, you've got the support here at 5.7. But we do have a lot of selling front. Resistances continue to dominate, no? So what's happening in the market is kind of like just a laggard play talaga. Philippine market is a weak loser. So we are seeing this one resistance, that gap, your ECQ gap remains a resistance. So your 6.5 is a strong resistance. If you're buying at about 5.8, your risk is about 5.7 or 5.4. It can rally to about 6.6, but I think some people are, you have to be a bit picky, no? What are you buying and what are you selling? So it's good to see that even when the index is pathetic, that your pure gold is going up, your PLDT is going up. So we are seeing some outperformance. Pure gold, Robinson's Retail, should the other components of supermarkets continue to actually present some good profits, I think they will be bought. So all that Mrs. G has to do is make a good profit somewhere within the next few quarters. The reason why Mrs. G didn't go up with the sector is because it has been losing money. So bad income here, bad income here. So if you aren't making money, even if you're in a retail segment, the market will not love you. So SM Prime, of course, is retail. SM is also retail. SM has a lot of retail department stores. I'd say that retail would be bought by the market, but wait for SM to go down here about 800 or 840. It's nearing that your low risk, no? So any drops here at about 780 to 840 might get actually a buyer. That is a reopening theme. Of course, SM Prime is a reopening theme. Malls, definitely it's bad right now, no? So SM Prime and Ayala Land doesn't have a lot of love, but I'd say that at 28 pesos, even if it goes to 24 pesos for Ayala Land, there will be a lot of buyers because of the balance sheet prowess of your Ayala Land and your SM Primes. So even if the properties are continuously being sold down, take a look at drops. It could be a potential buy on a 10 to 20% drop, say next month or next week. Let's take a look at questions. Not a lot of news to discuss really for the day. So commentaries, cement is moving. Let's take a look. Okay, some cement stocks are moving. CHP, are you discussing CHP? CHP did rally to 150, but I think like CHP has been taken profits already. So that was a huge move indeed for CHP from 90 cents to 150. But if you look at the numbers of CHP, the earnings are pathetic. So I don't want to buy any company that's not that. It could be a buy and sell only. So at these levels of 150 to 146, you are seeing some selling front already. Maybe the buyers would be okay at 90 cents, but at 150, it could be a sell-off already. So congratulations for those who have CHP. But I think that current levels are more for the selling off than the buying. Metro Bank and Jollibee got downgraded from a large to mid-cap FTSE rebalancing. That could be a good entry point. Actually, Metro Bank at 33 to 32 looks to be on the downside, low risk at that level. And Jollibee at 125 to 130 could be a low risk entry. Reopening is going to take time, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, nobody knows. But I'd say that the financials, the restaurants, if they're giving you a low risk entry, you might want to take advantage. Even the properties like Ayala Land and SM Prime are falling. You can actually take advantage on some of them maybe next week if they continue to fall. Hi, Nikki, what do you think of FDC's equity offering? What's the possible price? Is it okay to hold? So FDC wants to unlock the value of East West and Philinvest Land through an FDC share offering. I think that it will be good. So eventually that would be good for the company. I don't know when though. So you might, if you have it, possibly just hold on to it. Let's see what the management will do to revive their company share prices in the next 6 months or so. There's a question, Pure Gold upgraded from small to big. Indeed, I guess that FTSE rebalancing has been beneficial to Pure Gold. That's why Pure Gold is trading today at 454. Lifesaver PH, is there a 10x pick in PSEI? The closest 10x pick in the Philippines would be AC Energy. We mentioned that renewable energy is a very, very big trend. And we have been choosing some 10x companies in the solar energy trend. Indeed, we've made about 100%, 50%, very strong moves in the US, no? Not just 100%. Some of them are 37 times your money in 3 years. So indeed, when it comes to solar, I think that any drops of AC energy at 230 to 240, the future is great for solar power. And I'd say that for instance, no, for the people who aren't aware, Sun Power yesterday, actually mali yan, yung 14, 11, actually nasa 17 yan, 25% up. Nagkaroon ng Maction spin-off sa Sun Power. For understanding, di pa naayos ng Investagram yung charts. Let's just use the TradingView. TradingView.com. You can get US charts easily for free. So yesterday, actually, Sun Power was up 25%, one of the top gainers, and Awesome 10X Pick got this early on. Yeah, so this was part of the Sun Run, the Enphase, Canadian Solar, First Solar, lahat ng solar basically abroad. Do it abroad. If you want 10X names, really, do it abroad. Pero in the Philippines, I'd say AC Energy should do well. Nicolasia should do well. We have been discussing that. Pure Gold, we also said that should do well. Hindi sila 10x as in 1,000% moves, but you can expect some good returns either way. Sun Power, we discussed it here about 7 and 8. You might wonder, bakit naging 11 yan? Maction spin-off yan. So, yung nasa dito sa Investagrams, di pa nila naayos eh. Ayusin na lang nila siguro. Sun Power is actually, ito yan. So, 14 plus 25%. Ano ang 25% ng 14? Around 3 pesos. So, nasa $17 level yan. So, we were buying it at about 10, 11, 9, 10, 11. So, at 17, yes, up 50 to 70% na. Yes, yeah. So, this one is actually the Maction spin-off eh. So nagbigay si Sun Power ng si Sun Power namigay ng dividend na MAXN. So libre tong property dividend na Maction. Binigay niya to as freebie. Maction Solar. Parang nangyari sa Robinson's Land App V sa Philippines, ganun nangyari diyan. So si Sun Power, they believe that Sun Power can do better asset light kung tanggalin nila yung heavy capex na si Maction. So yan yung nangyari. Umakyat lalo si Sun Power. Kalaban ni Sun Power si Sunrun. We discussed this in our we were discussing these stocks in our Awesome 10X picks, no? Awesome 10X classes. So kaboom, no? Sunrun, kaboom, 8 to 52. Kahit na pumasok kami dito na late na, no? Mga 24, 25, 26, 27, kaboom pa rin. For solar, dire-diretso lang yan, kaboom pa yan, o diretso lang yan. So, Enphase, diretso pa to, kaboom lang to. O. $3 lang yan dati. 2018, $2. Ngayon, 75. 37 times your money in 3 years. Diretso yan, 100 pa yan. So, maraming 10x picks actually, kaso you have to be in abroad. May tanong, late yung Investagrams, hindi pa naayos ni Investagrams, use the TradingView. JFC versus McDo, actually guys, if you're looking at restaurants, mas maraming malakas abroad, pero sige, sagutin natin yung Philippines, kasi Philippines, no? Ang McDonald's hindi spin off eh. So, nasa AGI siya. That makes your AGI a value name. Ang question lang talaga sa Philippines, baka ma-value trap, no? So I do believe that AGI is a very good company in terms of valuation. At current level of $5.50 to $6, 6 pesos, you are seeing a lot of buybacks on the own company. I think meron dito si Investagrams magandang feature. Meron dito buyback indicator eh. Tingnan natin na. Meron ba siya? Meron ba? Wala ata. Oops, sorry. Pero, maraming insider buying dito sa 6 pesos below. So, makikita mo yan dito. Kasi sa news, laging kailangan magsalita ni Mega World at ni AGI na nag-buyback sila. So, yan. Share buyback transactions. Araw-araw yan. Nasa PSEI Edge. So, it actually helps the investors that are looking for value names. what conglomerate can they be assured of na at least nandyan si owner to support them, no? Even if there is a resistance at 9, 10, at 8, I think that at 5 or even at 550, hindi naman nag-5 eh. The lowest about 530, 550, no? Kahit sa 6, any prices there, there is a lot of buying pressure. So you want to buy with the owner. So hindi mo lang alam kailan. It could take you 5 years para mag 10 pesos yan. Pero value trap. Right now, I think may value. Pero Philippines is a value trap. We don't know when the value traps will be unlocked. Why? Why is the Philippines a value trap? Number one reason, we have political risk, liquidity risk, government lahat, everything. So, hindi tayo gusto magsalita about government, pero those are risks that the foreigners will see in the Philippines, especially the liquidity risk. If they enter, they cannot exit. That is also a question mark. Jollibee versus AGI. Okay naman parehas. Jollibee, hintayin mo lang bumagsak. Jollibee is gonna be a trading range. So I think like at $100 talagang the market is willing to buy Jollibee. But Jollibee right now is trading at 135. So you might need for Jollibee to wait out 5 to 10% lower if you want to have an outright buy. CHP, Eagle, and Holcim, what can you say about the increase in volume today? Ano lang yan? FTSE rebalancing lang. So as for the cement names, umangat na si CHP kahit na hindi naman magandang earnings. Si Holcim umangat today, may volume, okay siya, good. We'll just watch it out, no? Watch out for this. Holcim is rising. Bumagsak to before dahil sa na hindi natuloy na M&A, but at about 5 pesos, 6 pesos, looks like some people are willing to buy Holcim, no? Holcim, ano pa yung isa? Eagle, cement. Puro cement, no? Okay, Eagle Cement moves up from 6 to 12. Good move, ah? So, does that mean that our infrastructure moves are going up? EI, good move, 569. Ano pa yon? M-wide. Oops, sorry. M-wide. Wala. DMC. DMC slowly creeping up. So when it comes to construction, DMCI has construction. So it's good to see some cement names going up. Pero from a sector perspective, wait it out. There's news that Ayala are consolidating their water, logistics, infrastructure to ASEAN. Would it be good for ASEAN stocks? That's good, yes. So just wait it out. At what price do you think we should buy ACEN? We recommended a buy on ACEN at 235 below. So ngayon 270. Hintay tayo. Let's see. Kasi market, it's good that it's actually not falling, no? At least ACEN, let's just watch it day by day. Kung biglang nag 10% down, bilid natin. If hindi siya bumabagsak, I think no pressure to buy, no pressure to sell. Just consolidate. There's a question, love life for stocks. Relationships naman are not meant to be balance dapat. You should have both. Kasi, okay naman. Di mo kailangan i-sacrifice yung love life for stocks. Neither do you have to really sacrifice stocks for love life. I don't think that you have to sacrifice any. You can have both. How much is a minimum deposit for IB broker? There's no minimum, but I'd say you can enter $1,000 to start, maybe 50,000 pesos. Right now, the dollar peso rate is 48.8, 48.7, 48.9, minsan 48.6. So, naglalaro siya below 49 pesos eh. So, yeah, you can buy some. Pwede ka bumili ng mga US companies. We will discuss later. We have a Friday free class pick, no? So I'll discuss a lot of names later. Do watch our 5:30 p.m. show here as well in Awesome 10X. And of course, every single day, guys, we have a global market update. So why don't I discuss US later? See you again today. I'll discuss na just 5 minutes from now or 1 minute from now. I'll go for a global market update. Thank you very much for listening to the Philippine Show. It's August 28, 2020. Every Friday's free class pick. Do join our Awesome 10X classes every Friday. Just subscribe to the YouTube show. Click the bell for notifications, and you will always be reminded by your own phones or your laptops or wherever you're watching us to watch Awesome 10X every single day. Thank you very much, and see you again later. Okay, bye-bye.